Tonight, one-on-one with Senator Kamala Harris as she gets ready for the final run-up to the election. The vice presidential candidate and Bay Area native is keeping a close eye on the situation here. She sat down with our very own Raj Mathai in an interview that you'll see only on NBC Bay Area.
Senator Harris, nice to have you back on the program here. Just your first reaction when you saw the images coming out of your hometown, coming from the Bay Area, coming from the West Coast. What was going through your mind?
I was there in Paradise when Paradise burned. The campfires. I just feel an incredible amount of concern, and of course, what we need to do is we need to give the families, give the firefighters, the first responders, as much assistance as help as possible. And so, my first response is that we've got to do everything we can to help these families and folks who are battling these fires and who are being evacuated and being displaced. And it keeps happening.
You talk about an immediate response. Just yesterday, Governor Newsom, your longtime ally here in California, said he had a long chat with President Trump, and the president was very supportive in terms of federal help. The president himself will be in Sacramento to tour the burn area himself. Is he doing enough? Because optically and through his actions, he is moving forward here, the president.
Listen, I have talked to the governor on a frequent basis, and also to our firefighters. My brother-in-law happens to be a firefighter in California, and we need all the assistance we can get, and nobody should be playing political games with this. The reality is that what Californians, especially those who are losing their homes and people who have family members who have lost their lives, they don't have any time for photo ops and political games. This needs to be about getting people the resources they need on the ground as quickly as possible and not distracting from the needs of the people.
There is a healthy dose of skepticism from Democrats and Republicans about politicians coming into a crisis zone and looking for that photo op. What makes you different, Senator Harris?
Well, listen, I'm working every day to do what we can do to make sure that we get relief to California families and also, again, to our first responders. And so that is the work that we continue to do in making sure that federal resources get into the state and that don't go through a bureaucracy but get there immediately where they're needed. And that's why the governor, as you have said, and I work very closely together on this piece of it. And then also getting people access to the federal agencies that can give them relief. Sometimes that can be very daunting. So our constituents reach out to my office where we take people through the process to get them the kind of relief they need.
The president has hinted come November that if he loses the election, he will contest it. What is your plan and your response if that happens?
Well, the American people won't allow that to happen. And what we want to do right now is make sure that everyone votes and they vote early. In California, we can do that. So let's make sure that if you're going to mail in your ballot, that you do it early. You can go and vote early, and let's do that. And the voice of your issues is expressed in November through your vote. So please do vote.
Senator Harris added that we need to deal with climate change because it's not just California. People across the country, like those near the Gulf, are also being impacted by climate disasters.